So I was wearing a jersey, a basketball jersey, and you notice that the horse is wearing a mask, right? And that just reminded me. I said, oh, sometimes I wear a mask, right? Because I have headaches or migraines, which I've had for years, type of migraines that happen on the left side of the temple, pulsating and pulsating to the front of the head, the back of the head. My eye starts hurting. I can't open it all the way. And it hurts so bad that I need to just like find a seat and sit down. Or even sometimes I just need to go to sleep. So, hi, hello. So, hi, my young hapon. So I have to just do that and then go to sleep and hope that when I wake up that it goes away. So, because of this mask, let me get to the point of the video. It's like a reenactment. Okay, so this is a reenactment, right? Hudson, United States Marines. I wouldn't be wearing this where I was deployed. This is called woodland. I'd be wearing my desert camouflage, but this is just because it matches the helmet that I have. So, for example, when I first got to my first duty station in Hawaii, I was issued a helmet that was pretty tight, right? And for some reason, they were low on stock for the pads that go inside. So imagine a helmet that's a tad bit too small. The pads inside aren't all there. I have less hair because I had a haircut, right? I didn't deploy yet. So I put it on. It's comfortable. But I deployed to Iraq, right? And then my hair is growing. So imagine a helmet, right? That doesn't have pads in. So there's no pads in, and my hair is growing. And so the helmet is getting tighter. That means tension on the side of my head, tension on the back of my head. Add to that, we have to wear protective glasses, right? So these are the protective glasses I have to wear underneath a tight helmet. So you got headaches on the temple from the tension of the protective equipment that I had to wear, added with the extra tension from the glasses that I have to wear, and you can't take it off. You just gotta deal with it. So all that stress on my head probably is one of the reasons why I had consistent headaches, or migraines is what it's called, specifically a cluster migraine or cluster headache around the temple, the back of the head, and affecting my eye. Okay, so how was that? How was that explanation? Here's what I do to try and correct it. Explanation coming. So over the years, I've been given a medication like Tylenol, over-the-counter stuff I would buy myself, right? But when that didn't work, Tylenol, Excedrin, I'd go to the clinic, and then they'd give me some medication that's like so far out that I can't even pronounce it, right? Or I don't remember it. But some of it that comes to mind is acetaminophen or acetaminophen, something like that. Or next would have been sumatriptan. And all these medications that they're giving me, hello. All these medications that they give me, they have like a side effect, right? As with everything. And there's side effects that hurt the tummy. I get stomach ache, or I have to go to the CR. I'm in the Philippines. The CR is the comfort room or the bathroom. So I'm taking all these medications. It's affecting my heartbeat. I'm getting palpitations. I'm getting stomach ache. And it's supposed to help with my headache. And this is happening for years. It feels like an experiment. And when you have experiments on you through pills that don't really work efficiently by getting rid of it, they just seem to soothe a little. You start to do, I'm sorry, not you. So since I've been receiving medication throughout the years, I started to reach out for other things that I could do myself that's not really handed to you by the medical clinics to get to the point like this. Let me show you. Okay, so this is a headache slash migraine mask. I have the ability, right, to put this on just like this, or I have the ability to do it with extra steps, put it in the refrigerator or the freezer temporarily so it can get really cold and put it on my head as a relief, or I can put it on top of the stove temporarily, like in a pot, in a Ziploc bag, and then that can give me a warm coating on my head to help with the headache or migraine. Isn't that interesting? And it's very soothing. Whew. Okay, so that's a story. It's a short story of my headaches and my migraines from the military and what I do in order to deal with them. Next step. Also, just imagine, right? Standards of United States Marine Corps units, pre-deployment training. Just imagine in pre-deployment training, I'm in a car, I'm in a Humvee, right? But it's not a real Humvee, it's a mock Humvee for rollover training, right? So I have this walking stick, which is supposed to be my rubber rifle, or was it a real rifle? Were we issued real rifles for that? I'm not sure. So this is my fake rifle. So imagine full protective gear on, protective eyeglasses on, helmet, Kevlar, right? All your gear. And you're spinning around in a Humvee. Just imagine the string on the stick. Spin, 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 all right? Rollover training. And then you hit your head. The rubber rifle hits your head. But harder than that. That's just one of the things that could happen to give people a starting point for a headache and a migraine, right? You hit your head. You could have consequences. So that's kind of like a short story on one of the ways that I could have gotten stuff that affected me straight from the military, like 2008, 2009, all the way to the current day, 2026, even with treatment by medical professionals. It's crazy, huh? And it kind of makes sense, right? If something happens once, just real quickly, it might not affect you. But if you have to wear a tight helmet consistently, right, for months, right? In my case, I had to wear it for months as protective gear. Then that one-time event turns into a multiple-time event, which makes a condition from temporary to consistent and chronic, which becomes a lifetime problem, possibly. And in my case, it's been over 10 years, almost 20 years, and it's still happening. I think that's long enough to say that's a lifetime. So I'm learning to deal with it, right? I'm learning to deal with it. And that's just my talk about the causes, possible causes, because it's up in the air. But I think that's part of the reason why, because what's important is I did not have, let me take this off. I did not have headaches and migraines like I do now on the temple, affecting my eye, like real severe pain, like stabbing in my eye, right? The frontal lobe. I didn't have that until I experienced this. Okay, so I'm back. Here's another thing that I do, right? I've been issued multiple creams. Some creams I can't even pronounce, but this one is capsaicin. I'm also issued lidocaine. I have bad joints. For example, let me show you. You see what I'm saying? So I utilize this capsaicin, and even before, one of the reasons why I asked about this is because back in America, I'm in the Philippines now. I came across this like remedy, right? Some people call it an old wives' tale. I think that's what it was called, and it was like with a cold, some people eat chicken noodle soup, right? But for me, I utilized this. I'm gonna just say it. I ate jalapenos, hot jalapenos out the glass jar because inside of it had an ingredient, capsaicin, that was supposed to do something to heal your cold or your sickness. So it worked. I just get a glass jar. I go to the local Walmart or similar store, Target, and I search for those jalapenos. And then I grab a fork and I eat them, right? Drink some water, and I was better. So to get to the point, right? This cream, what are jalapenos? Spicy. What is this cream? Also spicy. And what I do is I just take a little bit and I put it on myself. Let me see if I'll have to turn the camera. This is the consistency and the color of the cream, right? And so I take that and I put it on my temple. In this area, when I have a migraine, will be like boom, 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 boom. And it'd be warm and it'd be hot. And then my eye will be closed. Let me show you. Boom, 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 boom. And I was talking like this because I got a headache, right? But it's a little spicy, but sometimes that spicy pain is better than the pain that I experience from the migraine. I'll take a little spice over that stabbing feeling, right? And sometimes just a little over the eye and around it, and I feel better. Like I do a lot of things that are unique, that are like raised eyebrows on them. What is he doing? But it works for me, and I'm going to continue to ask for this. So I encourage you, if you have a headache or migraine or joint pain, and you want to take risks, like kind of if you're a veteran watching my video or even active duty, right, or reserves, and you can take risks, like I did, and ask at your primary care, ask for the cream called capsaicin, and they might have it. Also, what I want to include in this video is for potential compensation, right? Some veterans might go for a C&P exam, which is a compensation and pension exam. All right, and they'll show up to the C&P examiner, and the C&P examiner doesn't see this. They don't see the logo. They don't see you in the uniform. They just see this person, right? They just see this person that looks normal because they don't know what you've been through. They might not even have read your records, your medical records, to get a clear view of you. So to them, you're just this person who may look young like me. I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 this year. And you're coming in with problems that the the normal, the majority mindset is you're not supposed to have any problems if you're young. Your knees aren't supposed to be hurting. Your back isn't supposed to be hurting. You're not supposed to have migraines. You're not supposed to be walking slow. right? You're not supposed to need assistive devices. And so you got to come in ready with the medication that you already have from a previous provider. They're going to look at you. My job was supply and accounting. And then in the United States Marine Corps, it was 3043. All right. And someone might look at that job and they might get the wrong idea. They might just say, oh, it's a desk job. Okay. That desk job, before the job started, sometimes during lunch and after the job, I had expectations. Expectations to go running, expectations to keep my body in shape enough to be deployable, expectations that hurt me. I had my own like monthly tab at the local GNC store for pain medication because it was so hard to go to medical. All right. Some people don't realize if you're hurt, you just can't go to medical. You got to get approved in certain units. All right. You got to have like a severely, you can't just say, oh, my leg hurts. All right. You got to have your whole leg red or a twisted ankle that can't fit in your boot anymore. It's like hardcore stuff depending on your unit, the expectations. And so most of the time people are running hurt. Just because you can't see pain doesn't mean it's there. So back to it, I went to one of these appointments and I brought my proof. The proof is, this is the medication I have, this is the job that I had, but this is the expectations. I wasn't just like filing paperwork, logging onto a computer. I was doing pre-deployment training outside, running up mountains, running up hills, going swimming in the big swimming pool, then going for a run, carrying people on my shoulders, doing training in a fake Humvee vehicle, spinning, hitting my head. And during lunch, they had this phrase, chow is continuous, meaning bring food with you. We do more physical training. All right, that's a little bit more than just filing paperwork. Because what are we? First to fight. It's the slogan. Back on point. Brought my medication and I told how it affected my life, my work life, my personal life. I was like, oh, when a migraine hits, sometimes when I go to work, I gotta sit down and other people have to finish my job, all right, or take over my job for a few hours. All right, a few times out of the year, I just gotta go home. And when I can't even go home, I gotta go somewhere and rest. And then when I'm good enough, go home, which means I'm not good at work. It's affecting my hours. I gotta either call out if the migraine happens. Let me get a towel. Whew. I have to call out, right, if the migraine is pumping too bad. Because how can I focus and operate and be efficient if I have this big pounding boom, 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 and one eye that's closed? I'm seeing out one eye. And then walking slow and I'm depressed. And it's this constant pounding on my head, right? While people are still trying to talk to you like you're not hurt. No, I had to call out sometimes, or I had to leave work early, and it affected my pay. All right? I came with proof, and that's the kind of proof you gotta come with to show that you seriously have a problem, not just, oh, my head hurts sometimes. You gotta like tell people, all right? You gotta research things. And if someone that's really in pain, right, and pride is out the window, you don't care about pride anymore. You don't care about just keeping it on a low level. No, my brain hurts so bad that I feel like I want to go find a bridge. I gotta stay away from knives because I'm like, ooh, can't take it anymore. That's how bad it is sometimes. I think that's all I have to share right now for this video. I've been going all over the place, and it's all because it all started because I had this jersey, right, with the mask on, and I said, what does that remind me of? I said, oh yeah, I wear a mask. Then I said, oh, how did I get there? Trying to find remedies because of a chronic condition that I got from my military service. So thank you for your patience. Thanks for watching. Excuse all the noise. I'm in the Philippines, and as I like to say, it's so much noise that if I wait for it to get quiet, things will never get done. So here's the video. I hope it helps you on your journey through treatment. And what is the word? And compensation. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.